Their speed, their transition game is the best we've watched on film. I have pretty strong impression it's going to be the best we'll have seen at this point and maybe for a long time. They get the ball out of bounds really quick. They attack. They do a great job of playing off one pass, getting the ball thrown ahead, attacking the rim. But then I think it's just they want to play fast. They want to play quick. There's not a lot of time being spent in that half court. The ball gets swung a couple times, and they're going to the rim or shooting a three. And certainly Wilcox is playing at a high level. Goss is an excellent freshman guard. We saw him a lot. He was a national level recruit. We saw him a lot during recruiting, and then he played with Stanford. So we've seen that. And their big guys are good inside. Sean Kemp Jr. is playing well. Blackwell's playing well. I mean, they're scoring a lot of points. They've had some good games. They've had some close games. And they're just an extremely fast team that's very aggressive in half-court defense as well.
I know you guys want to play a fast game as well. How do you keep from, with such a young team, keep from getting?
Well, it's about transition defense. It's all about transition defense. I mean, you can't. It's going to be a tournament of depth because every team has got numerous players, but the depth is only as good as the consistency. Because if it's not consistent, then all you have is players, and it's got to be guys that can come in and really make an impact. So, whenever you go in, you got to understand the number one premise is we've got to get back. We've got to get good shots. We've got to get on the offensive glass. There's no question about that. We've got to improve our ability to take care of the basketball. No question about that. And that leads to great transition defense too. If you're getting good shots, if you've got rebounding balance, if you've got your guys getting back on the airtime of the pass or the airtime of the shot, depending on where they're coming from. But it's not a one or two man job because college basketball right now is so much about how well you attack and transition, how many 2-on-1s you can create. And they're hard to deal with. They're hard for people to deal with when we get them, and they're hard to deal with when you've only got one guy back because the benefit of the doubt most times is going to the offensive player. And a 2-on-1, there's no primary defender. There's a secondary defender, so you're not going to draw any charges inside the block charge lane. You've got to be outside. So you can't allow those advantage breaks for the opponent, and then certainly you've got to try to get as many as you can on your side.
You mentioned Wilcox and Williams-Goss. What makes each of those guys as good as they are?
Well, I think they can all score. So, I mean, I think there's no question they can score, and they can score quick. Wilcox can score from so many different places. I don't know if I would pinpoint and say, okay, well, they just do this, they just do that. I mean, the ball gets moved, they can score. They've got great freedom. Very good off the dribble team. I think that's what I guess the common denominator I have with all their perimeter players is they're very good off the dribble. Maybe Goss has got a runner, and Wilcox might be more of a pull-up, but they're very, very good at catching it and playing off the bounce.